Today I'm going to unbox the Step 22 Pangolin mini tool roll, get my hands on it, and give you some of my very first impressions. Coming up. Alright, I've been trying to organize this garage up quite a bit. This is going to be kind of the new unboxing slash project, whatever presentation area here, I think. Gives you a nice shot of the Sequoia, which obviously we're doing the whole build series on right now. This is going to be the first video I'm going to do in kind of a new platform of just taking cool pieces of gear that I'm excited about, grabbing them, doing a proper unboxing of them, and giving you my first impressions. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm trying to bring in gear that's going to be beneficial to whoever might be buying it based on my recommendation, or whoever might be choosing something different based on my versus video, or whatever it might be. This is my first piece of Step 22 gear, and I really have never really put my hands on it. So I was excited to get it. The second I opened it up, I was like, oh, this is something that's super high quality and that I was impressed by. I've got a lot of organization stuff from, ARB to Front Runner. I really love the Blue Ridge Overland stuff. I'm going to open this guy up. This card that they do is pretty dang cool. Obviously, the front is just an advertisement, their care and maintenance, ways to get a hold of them. Then a really just nice pamphlet step-by-step, how to utilize their product, how to open it up, how to close it down, roll it up properly, cinch it down, and all that. That was kind of one of the things that made me pause and think, oh, this is something that's going to be kind of special. The little extra touches that they put into just their information card. Everything's packaged fine, right? It's a bag. It's a tool roll. It was in this bag, now that I remember. They had, little freshness stickers or demold stickers, which is awesome. Especially for me, because I tend to order gear and then throw it on my shelf. It'll end up, sitting in a garage for 6 months to a year. You take this thing out, it's just flipping cool. They've got really attractive cards on everything. A couple of its key attributes. Organize and protect your tools with the Pangolin tool roll. Rolls neatly into a bag. Integrated work mat. Modular storage components. Purpose-built engineered material. Onto the front. That's kind of cool. As a standard, they throw in this little measurement device. Wrench conversion chart. Actually, that's pretty damn cool right there, because I suck at math. I'm going to throw that wrench side and call that good. The drawstring on the back, kind of a cool little triangular shaped grab bar or whatnot to give you some more pulling tension on there. I like the outside. I don't remember what color I went with. Obviously, I'll link to everything below. I think they make this in a multicam, and they actually have on the outside, which I think it's this rubberized, I think it's like a crawl Cordura, and it's basically just a weatherproof or weather resistant liner or addition to a Cordura that obviously will give you a little bit more weather resistance, and that's a good thing, because if you're pulling this thing out trying to replace an axle or something like that with the tools you load into it, you're probably going to be throwing it on the ground. You're looking at about 11 inches wide, about 8 inches tall, squeeze it in slightly, I don't know, probably 3 inches deep. To get into it, obviously undo some of your tension there. Pull it out and start rolling it out. Looks like it folds 3 times. There you have it. This thing expands to 29 inches tall. You got another one of those little mold absorbers and a plethora of different pockets you're going to be able to utilize to, start organizing whatever you're going to use this for. Me, I am trying to go and build a minimalist toolkit. You can see behind me, actually, the bag over there is my current toolkit with all the rolls and everything in it, and my hopefully soon to fit in this Pangolin mini is right there. That's the starts to my compact minimalist overland toolkit that I'm hoping I'll be able to fit in this thing. Already you can tell the quality of the componentry and the stitches and everything that goes into it, and just all the thought around how they designed it is really, really impressive. I'm trying not to fanboy out here, but literally it's my first piece of Step 22 gear. I'm just like, oh, okay, I get it. Right in this little pouch here, which obviously you can throw some stuff in. It's the full width. It's just an open pouch, so it's not going to seal, so things could fall out, but you could throw pairs of gloves in there or something like that, some rubber gloves. Those will probably grip. There's your little hook for hanging it. You have a sewn pouch right at the top here with a plastic lined woven fabric, which is nice because you can actually see in here and see what kind of tools or whatever you're putting in there a little bit before you start diving for it. So maybe that's going to be sockets, maybe it's going to be something else. Right below it, you've got another zippered pouch, and on the inside there, actually over in the corner, is a little hidden air tag for like an Apple air tag. You have one pouch right here, tearaway Velcro, and inside every pouch you get a little chunk of Velcro that you can then throw on the back there. Maybe it's to keep this clean, right? If you take this off, that might be what it is. If you take this off and you want to throw this on there so it doesn't just get packed full of debris and all that moss and everything that Velcro seems to soak up, I think that's what that would be used for. So that's pretty cool. That's really, I mean, again, just the things that you'd think about or that they've thought about in this. All the stitching looks great. This, again, is that same perforated fabric on the inside to give it strength, but plastic so you can see in there or throw that back on. This one, exact same dimensions. Instead of the clear plastic perforated cloth, it is a mesh breathable cloth. If you got anything that's gonna have moisture to it on a regular basis, I guess you could throw it in this one. I'm not sure, I don't know what the application would be for having like the breathable mesh outside of putting something wet in there and not locking all the moisture in. And then at the very top here, you have basically like a mini wrench roll, and it hooks into that little Cordura loop and you can tension it down, but a nice little wrench roll. That's sweet to have. Again, you can take it off, modular. It's got a couple more Cordura loops. Grab a selection of my wrenches that will hopefully fit. Ooh, 17 does not. But just for instance, I can fit my longest wrench in that pocket, although it is a little tight, and I can fit it in that pocket as well. And it goes in there a little bit nicer because this has a little bit of a grip to it on the inside, where this is just a little bit more easily slid in there. This is not going to fit in any of the pouches outside of the big pouch. But probably what it will do is live down in the bottom of this. I really want this thing to work. So all right, there you have it, and there is my Step 22 pretty much loaded up with, I'd say, like 90% of what the kit's going to contain, at least until I start going through it and figuring out what else I need to add to it. Make sure I have the necessary tools loaded out in this thing for if something breaks out on the trail. Obviously, it's going to have all the general stuff you're going to need, but making sure I have some of the key components like, I don't know, the axle nut socket. I think it's a 35 or a 36 that I need to change an axle out on the trail. So really, my next steps with this thing are going to be putting it through its paces that way. The width of this thing probably hasn't changed too much since loading it out. I'd say probably about 11 inches, about 9 inches to the top here. I'm going to say at its deepest, just under 6.5 inches. There's going to be some additional things getting added to this, and there are certain things that just aren't going to fit in this, like my extendable breaker bar, mallet, larger pry bar, things like my battery jump pack, the safe jack that I have that is sized to the adequate height that I'm going to have on the lift when it's done. All that kind of stuff is obviously a tool, but is not going to fit in something like this. All right, so also what I've added to this is a little D-ring quick release carabiner there to hold onto a pair of gloves so that they are always at the ready. I was really worried there for a second that it wasn't going to be able to fit everything I wanted it to, but in the end it worked out pretty well. I mean, it's tight, but it's not too tight. It stays together really nicely, tipping it upside down. You know, the tension strap there that goes around the outside here is holding it just fine with all the weight. I mean, I don't know what this weighs. It's probably 10 pounds, something like that. I'm not going to go through everything, but it's important to know here, even if something doesn't fit in here or in here, there's a little bit of room on the sides when you get it all folded up to kind of shove some things. I've got some rescue tape and, you know, some electrical tape there. So that's what it would look like opened up. This obviously opens up pretty wide, so you can store some of your bigger things, some of your larger pairs of wrenches or vice grips. I'm storing my socket set in there, and then another additional kind of multi-use catch-all set and all that, you know, and then everything is my compact set of wrenches. There's my 19, that's as big as I got in there right now. Here's that same size pouch, just with that different kind of material there. Got some of my electrical kit. This is my little catch-all wrench roll. Now I was worried about this clip getting kind of caught up or whatever, but it's very nicely coated and rounded off edges. It's a really nice kit. Got my tire repair kit up here. I don't have anything in there, but like I said, this might be a decent spot to just shove some gloves. I wouldn't want to put too much in there. I do worry about these stitches right on the end there. So that's kind of the first thing I've seen is that stitch, and I don't know how you'd combat that, but that stitch, if it comes out from getting in and out of this too much or too much tension on the thing overall, those stitches on either side could start to separate, but we'll see. They've got a great warranty on these things, so I'm not too worried about it. Well, there you have it. There's my first looks at the Step 22 mini Pangolin tool roll. I'm super impressed in every aspect of it. The build quality, the attention to detail on it is very good, and I'm looking forward to refining the toolkit that I'm building it into. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to breaking it in. If you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to be notified when I put out a new video, and if you want to see everything that I put in this kit, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know any questions you guys might have in the comment section below. Other than that, tune in to the build series on the 2005 Toyota Sequoia. Thanks for watching.